Okay.
For what?
For my class. What? No, like this is a class for me in college. It's a grade. I get a grade. And Miss Knopping, Miss Nagel, do you want to play with us? No? Okay, I'll have you. Okay. What? What? Oh, y'all don't even pay attention to that. Okay, so, in order to do this game right and then it goes around completely and we have everybody standing up, we have to have the correct answer, so you have to listen for the right answer. So I'm going to do what I have. First, you start out with the question, who has? So, who has an exact position or location? What would be the answer? This is your math review. Lucas?
The answer would be a point.
So, I have point. So, if you have the answer, then you stand up and say, I have the answer. Do you understand? Yeah, because I have the answer point. So I'm going to stand up and say, I have point. And then I'm going to read my question, and then it's going to go around. And everyone should be standing up by the end. You got it? Yes.
So is the question on here and the word in bold? Is the word in bold the answer to the question?
No. Someone's going to ask a question, and you're going to have the answer. And then you're going to stand up when you hear your answer, your question, okay? So, I'm going to start. Ready? Who has something that is straight and continues in both directions without ending? Stand up. What is it? Very good. Is that the answer?
Yes.
What is a line? Ryan?
It's a one, and it's something that, like, has two arrows and left and right that has an endpoint that numbers.
Very good. All right, you got to stay standing once you say your answer. Now read your question. Okay. First of all, you need to talk in your third grade, and so everyone can hear you. Go. Is that what you think it is? You can't hear her? Come over here and talk loud. Do you hear how Miss Canop's talking? That's what you need to talk. Talk loud. What do you say? Stand up. What do you say? What is the sentence say? No, what does the sentence say? No, your sentence on your paper. Okay, stand up. Now it's your turn. Go stand by your desk. Stand up. Now ask your question.
Who has something that is straight, is a part of a line, and has one endpoint that continues in one direction? I have bread.
All right, stand up. Stay down. Stay down. We're playing. All right, go.
Who has something that is formed by two rays that shares an endpoint?
What's that answer? Something. Read it again, Addie.
Who has something that is formed by two rays that share an endpoint? I have English.
Very
Who
good.
has the shared endpoint?
Who has a shared endpoint?
Who has an angle that forms a square corner?
Who has an angle that forms a square corner? We just talked about this yesterday.
I have right angle.
Very good.
And then I wasn't even here yesterday.
Oh yeah, you weren't here yesterday, but good job.
Who has something that starts and ends at the same point?
Okay, standing up if you answered your question. Who has something that starts and ends at the same point? What's something that starts and ends at the same point? You don't have it, don't raise your hand. Stand up. By your chair, stand up. Anybody have a guess? It's not going to hurt you to guess if you have something.
I have a sheet.
Is that what it starts and ends at the same point? Very good, Dylan. Read your question.
Who has something that does not start at the same point?
Who has something that does not start and end at the same point? Is that what something that doesn't start and end at the same point? Okay. Read yours loud, Michael, so everyone can hear.
Who has a crochet made of one second? I have all of them.
Very good.
Who has a shape that has three sides and three vertices? I have a triangle. Who has a shape that has four sides and four vertices?
4 sides and 4 vertices.
It's not me, but
Oh, no. Is that something that has 4 sides and 4 vertices? Yeah.
who has a shape that has five sides and five vertices? Who has a shape that has five sides and five vertices?
Michael, stand by your desk and do something. 5 sides and 5 vertices. If you think you have it, it's not going to hurt you. Stand up.
Somebody has.
You have what? Does that have 5 sides and 5 vertices?
We haven't done this yet.
Does that have 5 sides and 5 vertices? So is it a pentagon?
Who has a shape that has six sides and six vertices? I have hexagon. Who has a shape that has 8 sides and 8 vertices? I have an octagon.
You have an octagon.
Who has an angle that is less than a right angle? I have a acute angle. Who has angle is greater than right angle, but less than a straight angle? I have a obtuse angle.
Is that everyone? What's your question?
Who has two rays that point in the opposite direction and form a line?
I have straight angle. Good job. All right,
Nicely done.
so this is the way for you guys to learn your vocab words, because if we didn't do it right, then some people would still be standing or sitting, and then we wouldn't have it right. You see how it went around the circle and everyone stood up? Very good. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, before I start, I need my geoboards passed out by my book passers. And then my paper passer, I have fuzzy sticks where everybody gets to choose. Okay, they do not have to be the same color. Okay, so we're just going to pass out whatever color that we want. If you want to try to get two of the same, then that's fine, but we need to do it in like 1 minute. Okay?
Anybody else have it?
Two, Michael, two. Please make sure your geoboard board has a rubber band? If it does not, raise your hand, let Miss Knopf know, and she'll get you a rubber band.
Hey, can I have that one? Rubber band.
Do you need a rubber band? You need one? Okay, I need you sitting at your desk correctly with your chair pulled all the way in so I can see if we have smart students in this room. Miss Brian borrowed some of our geoboards, so we might have to share. So if you need to share, when I tell you to, you will get up and move your chair to where I tell you to move it to.
Do you want me to go see if she's done?
Yeah, that's great.
Where is she closest?
Second room in on that side.
So like on this side?
Yeah, you'll see her name.
Okay.
Like we can see through her
Do you need
window.
one? Anybody else need a rubber band?
All right. I'm confused why we're standing.
You have a geoboard.
Someone just totally skipped.
You don't have a geoboard yet. How do you know you need a rubber band? All right. Let's finish up, Michael, quickly.
Mine bended.
It's fine. Thank you. Does everyone have two colored fuzzy sticks? Good. Let me know that you have them by putting them on your desk and not bending them for one, and not touching them until I tell you to. That goes along with the geo boards.
This one's broken.
At your desk, raising your hand and calling out my name is what? Not the correct way to get my attention. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Facing forward, smart students. Let me see you in 3, 2, 1, go. Good job. Okay. Today, we are going to be learning lines. 3 different kinds of lines. And when I say lines, that means 2. For every line, you're going to learn new. So 3 different vocabulary words, 2 lines in each of them. Okay? The reason you are going to learn about these lines, which are parallel, intersecting, and perpendicular, is because when you are able to spot them doing your homework or on a math test or maybe out in the real world, you'll be able to know what they are. When you read about them in a book and it says these items were parallel, or I was looking at the parallel lines on the sign, you'll know what they are. Okay? Who can repeat why or how we're going to learn them, why we're going to learn them? Who can repeat what I just said, our objective for the day? We're learning them. Why, Lucas?
So if you see something in a book about
Dylan.
parallel lines, perpendicular lines, or what do you say?
Parallel, perpendicular, and intersecting. Intersect.
Parallel, perpendicular lines and
Intersecting.
intersecting lines. If you see in the book, you know what they are. If you see them anywhere, you can know what they are.
Okay, very good. So vocabulary. Paul, don't let me catch you again with your hands on that geo board. All right. The reason that you have those fuzzy sticks is because you're going to show me that you know what these 3 types of lines are by the end of this lesson. If you can show me all 3 of them, does that tell me that you have mastered the content?
Yes. No.
If you show me all 3 of them, 3 out of 3, does that mean you've mastered the content?
Yes.
The content. The content is what you're learning. So if you can show me all 3 out of 3, does that mean that you've pretty much mastered it? Absolutely. What if you can show me 2 out of 3?
No. Kind of. I don't know.
What about 1?
No.
Okay, so we know that we've mastered our content if we have 3 out of 3. Everybody agrees?
Yes.
Okay, so when I say, show me the intersecting line, you can do it on your desk, bam. Show me a perpendicular line, you can do it on your desk and show me, bam. Right?
Yes.
All 3. Okay, not going to have you get out your math books because I think this is going to be a lesson that you can pretty much just pick up in your head because you're very smart. Okay? All right, so the first one we're going to learn is an intersecting line. Does anybody know what the word intersecting means?
What?
Intersecting.
It's like a line that's straight and it's like down and then
No. Good answer, though. Let me tell you this. If I say that the hint for an intersecting line is when you're driving a car and you come to an intersection. Does anybody know what an intersection is? Natalia? An intersection?
like where two roads
We're 2 different, I couldn't hear you.
where two different roads meet.
Bam. Where 2 different roads meet. There's usually 2 stop signs or a stop light. Okay?
Is that right? She said that only the blue ones were hers, but that didn't make sense.
I think she took more than 3.
She took an orange.
She took an orange.
That's right. We can share.
I can go back. She said only the blue ones were hers, which didn't make sense to me.
That's okay. All right, so an intersection is exactly what Natalia said. It's where 2 roads meet. Okay? So, for example, you're in the car, driving up to the stop sign. Okay? Hopefully, again, you are not driving that car. Stop sign. Another road comes this way. Okay? That's where 2 roads meet. So just by knowing that in your head and using that knowledge, do you think that you could take those 2 fuzzy sticks and show me intersecting lines? Just by thinking of what that definition means, where 2 roads meet. Try it. Put them on your desk, what you think intersecting lines might be, and let me see if you're close. Remember I said at the beginning that all of these are going to contain 2 lines. Remember that? Remember that? Okay? And you break them. Let's see. On your desk, Dylan. Taking them apart. We're not wiring them together. We don't need to do anything as far as twisting them, bending them, or just laying them. Maybe I didn't make that clear. We're not twisting, bending. Okay? Okay, if your lines look like this, that is an intersecting or intersecting lines. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Hands off the geoboard, please. Where 2 roads meet. But remember, did you see me do this? You're at a stop sign, then another road goes this way. So if you're going this way, and another road goes this way, it's kind of like a plus sign. Yes.
So this is right.
Intersecting means at any point they cross each other. Okay? So if it looks like that, if it looks like this, if it looks like this, as long as there is an intersection or a cross choosing of the two anywhere that is an intersecting line.
I thought it was only this.
Okay, here's my first question. One, who's the teacher?
I didn't know until you said that until they can cross like this.
Okay. And that also leads me to believe that you were talking while I was talking. Right? Is that what we should not be doing?
I was going to say you're sitting on.
Okay. So if your lines cross, touching anywhere. So Michael, I'm going to borrow yours. If they're like this, that's intersecting. If they're like this, that's intersecting. Like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Anywhere that they're touching. That's an intersecting or intersecting line. Any questions on that one? Yes, ma'am.
So they just have to be sort of like the T or not, but it doesn't matter if it's like that or like that.
Okay, I'm going to answer your question with a question. If I say to you that that intersecting lines have to form an angle, does that answer your question? If intersecting lines have to form an angle, show me with your two fuzzy sticks that your intersecting lines can form an angle. Show me your angle.